Australia just destroyed Russia with this one weapon. This is the weapon that might finally destroy Russia. Able to fire over 200 rounds of ammunition per minute with a complementing 7.62 caliber machine gun that shells out 650 to 1,000 rounds of ammo per minute. This is the Slinger, the anti-drone weapon that could change everything for the Ukrainians. With a slogan that reads, "One shoot, one kill," the Slinger can only miss the Russian Iran Shahed drones by 1 milliradian. That's not even up to a centimeter. Now, what you just heard is nothing near all what this weapon is capable of. And that's why we might be just somewhere near the end of the game for Russia. Stay tuned as we find out if this breakthrough weapon is worth the hype it has been getting from the experts in the Ukrainian defense mission. Firepower. On October 2, 2023, Australian defense company Electro-Optic System (EOS) completed the production of an anti-drone system known as the Slinger, which is intended for use in Ukraine. Remarkably, this latest acquisition by Ukraine with its never-before-seen technology and firing power is expected to boost the air defense of the country against Russia's dreaded Iran Shahed lethal drones, turning the tides in favor of the Ukraine front line. An integral component of the weapon is its 30mm M230 LF Bushmaster chain gun, capable of firing over 200 rounds of ammunition in a single minute. But that's not all the artillery. It also has a complementing Belgian-made FN Mag 58, a 7.62 caliber machine gun capable of firing a whopping 650 to 1,000 rounds of ammunition per minute. Mathematically, if both guns are fired together, we'll have a mind-blowing total of 850 to 1,200 rounds shot in a single minute. Such numbers will make it impossible for any Russian drone to survive the Slinger's firepower and precision. About 160 units of the Slinger were supplied to Ukraine, with 110 units designated for the M113 armored personnel carriers. The remaining 50 were to be installed on Bushmaster's APCs by the Ukrainian firm Praktika. While the gunning strength of the Slinger is undeniably awesome, that's not all the magic there is to this lethal weapon. It's got power and a jaw-dropping precision to match. Precision. With its optical sensors and 4D radar, the Slinger can see as far as 13,700 meters away. As a result of this, it has a deviation that is less than 1 centimeter. Its four-dimensional sensor units continuously emit lasers to measure distances accurately. By doing so, the sensor works hand-in-hand with the radar to find, fix, track, and destroy enemy drones. The Slinger has two types of cameras, the day camera and the thermal imager, both of which have a range of 12,000 to 13,700 meters respectively, making it able to deliver accurate detection, recognition, and identification. It's worth noting that a standard high-quality anti-drone system requires a 5,600-meter range for daylight cameras and a 5,100-meter range for thermal imaging. So basically, the Slinger beats those numbers by almost double. Now you see just how powerful this weapon is. At the heart of the Slinger is the EchoGuard Array radar, similar to the one used for massive IRIS-T air defense systems and miniaturized for compact use. The EchoGuard radar finds and tracks drones of all sizes, even in the worst weather conditions. This is possible because it is a phased array radar, and it sends energy pulses in one direction at a time, which in turn coincides with the maximum area of coverage the radar can see, thereby releasing data in real time. Its K-band operating frequency ranges between 24.05 and 24.65 GHz, enabling it to produce high-fidelity data at short ranges, a feature that makes the technology unique. Coupled with these components and its tracking ability, the Slinger allows its operator to set the radar to 10 Hz while he tracks other incoming drones instantly. It doesn't matter if the Slinger is already engaging a target, the rare ability to multitask makes the operator not be sucked in by any current threat, but to be able to look out for the next one too. The EchoGuard radar boasts a range as far as 6 kilometers, while its sensors can scan up to 80 degrees high in the air with a cross-section of 120 degrees. Added to this is the ability of the chain gun to reach an elevation angle of 70 degrees and a depression of -10 degrees, enabling it to engage target drones from any direction. Also, information from the American manufacturer Ecodyne states specifically that the radar is able to detect a Matrix 600 drone from at least 400 kilometers or a Phantom 4 from a 1 kilometer distance. The Slinger system offers stability even in transit due to the superb powers of the EchoGuard radar, which is capable of independent movement in both elevation and depression angles. As we said earlier, the precision of the firing cannon has a deviation of just 1 milliradian. That simply means there is little to zero possibility of the Slinger missing its target at all. Another noteworthy feature of the Slinger is that it allows its operator to easily identify the exact make, model, and type of drone approaching it from a 500-meter radius. Weight and cost. Developed by Electro Optic System EOS, a high-tech Australian company that is into the mass production of remote weapon systems, space intelligence, and space control products, the Slinger weighs less than 400 pounds and is a simple yet elegant solution to a complex problem. This complex problem of taking down thousands of Russian enemy drones flying over Ukraine's airspace and wreaking havoc on buildings, infrastructure, civilians, and soldiers alike. Drawing inspiration from the concept of Slinger soldiers who are known for their precise long-range attacks with lightweight weapons, the Slinger is neither heavy nor slow and can be moved around in pickup trucks, armored personnel carriers, or even kept in a static position. According to Matt Jones, an engineer with EOS, we have seen this massive proliferation of drone threats in Ukraine. And the issue is that the types of systems you would currently use to defeat drones are way too expensive to defeat a $10,000 or even a $1,000 drone. It's a fact that the war in Ukraine has evolved, and drones play a huge role above the front line, and it is estimated that thousands of them are in the air every day. The feared Iranian Shahed drone used by Russia to target tanks in cities in Ukraine costs about $31,000. But even the missiles used to shoot them down cost 10 times as much. Unfortunately, Ukraine is among those countries that cannot afford to splurge on expensive anti-drone weapons at the moment. One of the key advantages of the Slinger is the low cost of running the system. By firing 30mm and 7.62mm rounds of ammunition, the Slinger engages a huge number of drones for $100 to $1,000 per engagement. And if you compare this to the hundreds of thousands of dollars that the advanced air defense systems shoot at, you will realize that the Slinger finally gets Ukraine on the right side of the cost equation. Another advantage is that the Slinger is much more versatile, and it can be mounted on a pickup truck, tank, or armored personnel carrier, or remain in a static position. With the ability to quickly be displaced or replaced due to its low cost of around $1 million, the Slinger beats every other anti-drone system out there. Not only that, its small size makes it practically invisible to Russian aircraft unless they are right over the top, which would be a whole other problem in and of itself. Disadvantages. But despite all these advantages, the Slinger has several shortcomings that could make it susceptible to Russian attack. One of those shortcomings is the limited range of the Slinger, which requires the firing unit to share data with assets that have a longer range in order to be forewarned of incoming attacks. Not having this capability to share data can leave operators vulnerable and surprised by mass Russian attacks. Another disadvantage is that the Slinger is only capable of single drone engagements and can't withstand Russia's multiple drones at one time. However, whether or not the Slinger will fare well against multi-threat engagements can only be known when Ukraine uses it on the battlefield. For now, we are convinced it is definitely going to be valuable on the battlefield, filling a previously unfulfilled hole in Ukraine's air defense network. Ukraine will be hoping the Slinger gives them an advantage against the Russian army. But do you think the Slinger changes anything? Let us know your opinion in the comments section. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and see you in our next video.